further. Now today there's a lot of this alternate market news to share with you, and it's kind of confusing. Which means that there will be buy signal, there will be sell signal at the same time. And honestly, I'm also pretty confused. Okay, so that's why at the point we do this alternate market news, right, there will be a point whereby you'll be like, hey, are you calling for buy or calling for sell? That will be the feeling towards that point. But because apparently the market now is very divided. Okay, I'll share you with more details shortly, right? Today is the 19th of April. Now, yesterday there was some typo error. Apologize, it's actually Monday, yeah? Today's Tuesday already. 19th of April, 2022, Tuesday. Okay. Now, as you can see very clearly, all right, behind my picture for today, you can see that the corn prices, yes, corn, the one we'll be eating, the corn prices has ran to record level, right? Record level human history. Highest level ever. Now, of course, to some of you may say, but Kel, corn, I don't eat much corn, so what does it affect me? Well, it doesn't affect you directly. It affects you indirectly. Example, right? Some of your poultry, right? Example, the chickens, all right, and ducks. They consume a lot of corn. So some beef, the cows, they actually consume only corns. So imagine now if the corn price increases, then probably some of your Wagyu beef will increase in price, and of course that will affect you because why? If you want to eat that particular meat, then you will have to pay more. And of course, that the pay more is all right, it will hit across everybody. Now, the good part is, right, it may stimulate economy. Economy may recover because of this increment in revenue, so-called sales. Yeah? But of course, that will also have the other attack whereby if people decided that it's too expensive to eat right now, people may choose alternative. And when alternative is chosen, then of course, whatever that is there previously, people will have a problem because they cannot bring the price lower. So there will be a problem. There will always be repercussion when inflation goes up. But there's always a good part of that. It will actually stimulate economy at the same time. So that's the reason why there's a confusion of whether is it good to buy on inflation or sell in inflation. Now, remember this last month, I already tell you guys, inflation will kill the market, but it will also raise the market. Remember that? That's my reason, okay? All right, second of all, it's all right. We can see the natural gas also went to record high again. That will basically make a lot of these car owners pretty upset. This is for sure, all right? Then, of course, what's happening now in China is all right, it's still ongoing, even though they are going for the zero COVID policy. But unfortunately, death has already occurred in China, Shanghai itself. So you can see that this is still pretty concerning, all right? So natural gas, corn prices, all going up. But who cares? The who cares actually is not that we don't care, we care. Is the boys, do they really care? I doubt that itself. All right, I really have my doubt. All right, so once again, let's take a look as well as what's going to happen for today. But disclaimer apply as usual. Remember this, your job is to make sure that you do your risk management. Okay, this is very, very important. Okay. Now, this is the Wall Street joke of the day. It's all right. The sharks are definitely lurking around the bulls. This is something that I have been very, very vocal on. I know that being the bear right now, it doesn't help people because most people prefer to be bullish or most people prefer to be on the long side. So for to call for a sell side, it doesn't really gel well with people. But if you actually look at it from January start till now, the S&P 500 is down by 8.9%. Yes, 8.9%. So obviously, anyone be buying S&P or buying any stocks from the start of January until now, they are actually losing money, right? That one, you have to agree on that. This is very without a doubt itself. So if that is the case, right, it's just a matter of time whereby when there's blood in the water, sharks will come. And is there blood in the water right now? In my opinion, there are some, but it's still not enough to go into a frenzy yet. But in my opinion, it's all right. It's a matter of time. To me, it's all right. By now till mid-May, all right, we may actually see a potential recovery a little bit here and there, just for the sake of trying to push the market higher. But once this ship gets too heavy, it will break down again. So that is the reason why am I sharing with this today. Okay, so if you didn't notice, this is all right in March 2018. All right, global equity, including S&P 500, was signaling lower highs. Okay, apparently it's all right. The time the S&P was down by over 8% from its January high itself. Hey, wait a minute. Didn't I just say that as well? Didn't I say January? And I did say that, but I'm referring to 2022. Exactly. So apparently, This is what happened this year. Now, this year, as you can see on your screen right now, let me just annotate this a little bit. As you can see right now, from early start of this year, January, all right, in January until now, until last night, the market S&P is down by 8.9%. Hey, wait a minute. It's exactly identical to what happened in 2018. Exactly. It's exactly identical. Yes, apparently so. So I did the maths for you, and you just take a look right now, everybody. This is what happened back then, okay? When in January itself, right, the market also hit a peak, and the market came down by about 10%. Then after that, right, we recover and ding dong at a sideways. Now this red color arrow is where we the same day of today, yeah, back then in 2018. But the thing is this, after that is you notice towards May, there is a sell-off towards May. And then after that is right, in May, there was a strong recovery until the mid-start of the year, mid of month, before some pullback. So would there be a resonance of this may happen again? Well, we look at it again at the chart for this year. We are now at this point here now, is something similar. You can see that there's something similar, yeah? Okay, so the thing is this, honestly, I think that the market itself, right, it has to cross above the moving average here, which is the MA50, yeah? The MA50 has to cross above it. If the market doesn't cross above it, right, I still have my position and standing that the S&P may fall down to 4219. All right, at the moment now, that is my personal take. So let's see what can we see from the market later, right? So this is something to be a concern factor here, all right? This is something please take note. Now, of course, just to do a bit of advertisement for 1 minute, do note once again, guys, we are having a big event on the 24th of April, this coming Sunday. The starting point is 9:30 a.m. where registration will start. By 9:45, we will officially go ahead with this. Now, do note, once again, it's very important. Let me just hold on, off my recording. Right, do note, once again, it's right, this event has loads of prizes to go, all right? And we have now, based on the last statistic this morning, we have 120 seats already taken up already, 120 seats. So what we have to do is that we contact the hotel, and the hotel say they can extend for us another 20 more seats, but that is the max they will go. So which means that now we are going to have our this event, the registration will close very, very soon. Okay, very, very soon. So if you have not joined, you haven't register, quickly do it now. All right, get it done, because that will give you a chance to get some great prizes. Now, do note once again, it's right, when you send us the registration, please make sure that you use your genuine handphone number, because we will have to bring you into a special Telegram group later. So that's a channel, so it will be no interaction, but it will be a channel for us to tell you what will happen on the day and what to prepare and stuff like that, so that you will have a very enjoyable session. Okay, so if you actually gave us the wrong number or the not so correct number, you can kindly register again. We will do the editing from there itself, but give us your genuine number, all right, so that we can contact you, all right? This is very, very important, okay? Now, of course, once again, because one of our main sponsors, Snapit, they are contributing loads of this home license to us. So all these prizes will be given out during the day if you actually register to be part of the TWB family, all right? This is very important, so we will give you more details once you come in and register. We will give it to you all the terms and conditions so you can prepare yourself before the event, okay? Now, do take note itself, right? The fridge itself, I did a typo mistake itself, is worth $999. It's not $1,000, it's $999. Okay, like $1 different, but still, it's a great price. Really, it's a very beautiful fridge, 4 doors. If you are intending to change your fridge, just give a try. Join this event itself. Who knows? You may walk away with a grand lucky draw prize, okay? All right. Now, of course, it will be a big saver day for you to save up costs to join the TWB family. So consider doing that itself. But this saver will only be done during this event. Yeah, that means that if you do it after the event, it doesn't qualify for that. Okay. And of course, Zhang Yaotong, right? My big brother here is right. He will share with you why is he so unhappy back then itself. This is something different. A lot of time itself when we have celebrities involved in any organization, they will always tell you the happy stuff. But this time around, I want you to hear from his mouth that why was he unhappy? And this is going to be very interesting. You will love to hear this, and probably it's all right. You will feel the same way too. All right, so do join us for this event. Do join us for this event. If anybody is kind enough, can you put the registration link into our comment box right now so that everybody can register while they're listening to MEO. All right, thank you very much. Okay, really appreciate that. Okay, so today itself, right, we have our building permits. We can talk about it itself. Nothing much to be in that important, but the existing home sales is the one we're looking at tomorrow. Yeah, not today. Okay, skip. All right, now the US Dow Jones is out, right? The Dow was really very choppy yesterday, very choppy, and end of the day ended as a doji once again. So you can see the market really flattened out, meaning it was up, it was down, it was up, it was down, because the market is really confused. They don't know what to do. And I'll explain to you why is that going on, okay, later. So stock market fell slightly on Monday as investors brace for earning reports. Yeah, okay, let's take a look. So now the thing is this market is surging rates right now. As you know, the 10-year yields has hit 2.88% already. I think it climbed past 3%. I'm very, very confident on this. And of course, because of that, it's all right. It's really at a very high level since 2018. So this is really incredible, and there's still room to go higher. Thank you very much, Daniel. Appreciate it, Daniel. Thank you very much. Love it. Thank you, Daniel. Okay, all right. So the thing is this. Now the market is really expecting a 50 basis point. And very interesting, Waller came in and said that the market already priced in this thing. Of course, the market has priced in 50 basis point. But the question is that would there be another 50 basis point? That is the main concern right now. So while we are all looking at this, as I look at the war in Russia, the ongoing problem in inflation, but do you know that, right, corn prices have reached the 9-year high? Oh my goodness. And natural gas surged the highest level since 2008. All these are crazy level that never been seen for a long time. All right, now the thing is this, the volatility in the bond market is really incredible. Yes, indeed, because people want to buy, want to sell, is very heavy trading. And of course now, will there be a correction coming soon? Well, most people are betting there will be, but the market doesn't seem to react on that. So what is the problem here? I'll share with you later. So now you can see that the 10-year yield itself, right, has went up to 2.87. Then after that, it came down very fast, down all the way to 2.81 on some profit taking. But then after that, from then on, this is US timing, right? From about 9, when the cash market opened, right, it went back up again. So that means that no matter how, it seems like people are dumping the bond, because when the yield goes up, the bond price goes down. So people are actually dumping the bonds. Why? Because probably they are not confident, or maybe they think that by selling the bonds away, the money that they use can be used on stock market. We can probably yield them better things. So there's two ways to look at it. Some people feel that the money is going back to the stock market because that may give a higher yield. Now, some people say that because the market is very scary right now, no one feels confident. That's why they are taking the money out and put it as cash. So what do you think, guys? There are 46 of you right now. What do you think? Do you think that people are selling bonds to go into the stock market, or they're selling the bonds to go into cash? So if you think it's stock market, key the word stocks. If you think that it's going to cash, put the word cash. All right, please key your answer right now. Let's see the consensus today. All right, wait for you. All right, so while we're waiting for the numbers to come in, because there's a bit of time lag between us, I'll continue talking on this. You can see at the moment right now, right, you can see how crazy is S&P yesterday. So S&P 43.90 went up to 43.09. Then after that, it came down all the way, selling down and basically cuts away a lot of people. Then it bottomed out, going back to the higher than the high itself. That definitely created a lot of stops. And when the stops are all triggered, they bring it down again. Terrible, right? So what happened is this. They probably push up the market first initially to basically trap people. So a lot of people thought that the market is safe right now. They decided to go into the market to buy. But once they buy it, the stuff, right, you can see very clearly the market trapped the buyers and then bring it down all the way. Wow, that's a big drop, right? About 30 to 40 points, nearly a +1%. So when the market think that, okay, this is the selling point, when everybody think that that is the selling point, what happened? The market bottomed out, okay, you can see beautifully, and pump all the way. Now, of course, obviously, if anybody has been trading, you would have put a stop loss at the high of the day, right, which is somewhere around here. And the boys beautifully blast it past and create and trigger all the stops. And then after that, when all the stocks are triggered, they bring it back down again to almost identically the same price. Oh my goodness. This is only done by the boys. Only the boys have the power to do something like this. So obviously it's all right. Someone is trying very hard to manipulate the market to go towards the agenda that they want to go for. So there's a reason why I'm saying that, right? That's why the boys, the bull and the bears are kind of divided at the same time. So traders, you need to watch out for what I'm going to share with you during the alternate market views are very important. Okay. So the thing is this, at the same that we do see that this is very interesting. So-called write up. Yeah. Now, Charles Schwab was the top decliner, down by 9.4% when they come out weaker than expected earnings and revenue. Okay, fair enough. This one will be weaker. You go down, that's fine. Then New York Mellon also went up by 2.2% after the report lower sales, lower profit. Okay, that's good. But the Bank of America, interesting. It shows a 13-year-over-year drop in earnings per share. Although the result was slightly higher than expected, the share price actually went up. Okay, so you see, and because of that, it's all right. JP Morgan Chase, Wells Fargo also went up. Okay, so 13-year-over-year drop in earnings. Okay, fine. Result better than expected. Then that 3.4%. Okay, you understand my point now? Seriously, all these sort of news and data really, to me, is very pointless. End of the day, it's all right. The boys want to push, they will push it and give you such stupid answers or reason for that. So that's why I prefer to look at the chart to give me the best view of the market. Yeah. Okay, that's how I see it from my perspective. Okay. Now, because today is Super Tuesday, right? I will not go into detail on the charts for today. I'll do it for later. Now, do note this Bank of America has given out the data already, so it's a good one. So tonight, okay, before the market start, we have Halliburton, Johnson & Johnson, Lockheed Martin. These few are going to be coming out their result. Of course, Johnson & Johnson will be looked at, definitely. And after close is Netflix. Now, I'm pretty sure, in my opinion, Netflix will be down. I don't think so, because you must understand that also a lot of people in Russia, they are subscribed to Netflix. So now Netflix is one of the few who came out and said they were not going to contribute any more channels viewing. So that will hit them definitely for sure. So that's why I feel that Netflix shares will likely be hit, all right, later today. Okay. Then of course on Wednesday we have Tesla after market close. Okay, so this is something to take note of for this week. Yeah. Okay, so there's no Dow recap, no NASDAQ recap for today because it's only meant for my students. We'll do it on Super Tuesday later. Okay. All right, let's go to some local and global news right now. So first of all, you must understand this. This is where Putin is getting pretty pissed off already. Now this Black Sea. This is a very, very powerful battleship, all right? But apparently it's all right, it got sunk. And the irony of this whole thing is all right, this ship is supposed to be in a way pretty indestructible, unless you know where's the weak point of it, unless you know. And of course, you must also know that, where to hit and how to hit. So apparently this one is their so-called the main confidence booster, and it is sunk, all right? And this is really really making Putin very, very upset. So you can see that it's all right. This ship itself is really like the mothership that will secure all the confidence, but now it's down. So why is it down? That is a very interesting thing. Apparently, it's all right. They have many ships around it to ensure that this mothership itself, right, will be safe. But seemingly none of these ships were working, or at least they didn't see the guided missile that come towards it. And the slap in the face is it was only 2 missiles. And these 2 missiles were 150 kilograms. It's not a very heavy missile. So basically, it's all right. If you were to fly in itself, probably maybe the first thing is this: you need to bring it up to the air, and then you need to fly it down. The accuracy of it, the pinpoint of it itself, and all this coordinating itself is fantastic. But the question is, none of the ships around it, right, actually spotted that. That is really incredible. Now, the thing is this: Putin is very, very upset with his defense minister, to the point that you will know that what Putin want to do, right? Why is that so? Let me explain this to you. You can see that now, right? The thing is this: we should have all the satellite and all the radar, but it just didn't work on that day. And the thing is this: the missile, sorry, because I can't get the best of it, the missile just come in. You can see the trajectory is all right. That means the plane is somewhere here, and you fly it down, and then it hits right at the weakest point of the boat or the ship. Sorry, the weakest spot of ship. And inside here itself, right, is where the weaponry is. So when it hits, right, all the explosion happened, and that's why the ship sunk very, very fast. Now, the thing is this, the irony of the whole thing is that I said, this ship itself has all the anti-missile weaponry. Yes, this is the mothership, right? So obviously, this is all the weaponries are all available. You can see from the picture, this mothership has everything. There is no way that they cannot defend two missiles that come in. I mean, something has went wrong. So the question is this, is it because all the whole ship itself all fallen asleep at the same time? Or what happened? Or is it the telecommunication itself was down at the same time? We don't know, right? Apparently there was no. I went to check a bit. I went to check through internet. There were no clarification on this, but apparently it's all right. This was what actually happened. And of course now, this is making Putin very pissed. So apparently in the Taiwanese talk show, they say that the Putin is going after this general because this is really crazy. How can you as a defense minister don't know what's going on and now letting this thing really going crazy? And of course, he's going after 20 more other generals. Okay. So what I did was I managed to find the nearest one that is here. That means they're looking for this guy, Sergey, and he's really missing now. Don't know where is he now, apparently. Okay. So this is something that you'll be surprised at what's happening now in this Russia thingy. So if let's say if really, if this is going to continue, I'm quite sure one day Putin may just go mad and go crazy. Now, while we are looking at Russia, it's all right. Turkey also went offensive. Out of nowhere, Turkey launches a new offensive against Kurdish rebel in Iraq. Out of nowhere, okay? Suddenly, they just go for it. Now, it seems like everybody want to go for war recently, yeah? So this is something crazy. Now, of course, by going that itself, right, what do you think will happen the other way around? I don't know why suddenly this happened. I read through this itself. There was no one. There was nothing here itself. So now the thing is this: people are now really very worried, right? This is not going to be that's only one war to be a bigger war. So let's hope that this stay here itself because this is really crazy, huh? All right. So of course we move back to China now. Shanghai has first reported their first COVID deaths. Now we do know COVID do take away people, unfortunately, and the three of them were elderly. So they were not vaccinated. So that's why they probably got hit with the virus and the body couldn't take it and they passed on. But still, end of the day itself, right? We are going to end Shanghai, probably going to end their lockdown soon, apparently. But I think tomorrow they will do that, yeah? Starting at Thursday, yeah? So if this is going to happen, that may help the economy, right? But at the moment now, there are more cases ranging from Jilin, the Guangdong area, and even Beijing also have this. So let's see how it goes from here. Now, the surprising part is that the China first quarter GDP came in better than expected. So this is quite interesting though. We all know that this number may not be that real, but we will just buy it. So let me see right now what you have posted earlier. So Allison you say stocks, Anthony, Jerry, Jonathan, Daniel, Janet, and this Chukit. All right, all say cash. Okay. Now, I also think that most likely the market is going back into cash mode, if you would ask me itself. But again, we will see how it goes. All right, now natural gas has went up to the highest level since 2008. I want to show it to you now how high it went. Look at it. This is how crazy it went. My goodness. Now, we know that prices do go up, right? But it was at $5 at the start of around the February period. Now, of course, you may say that it's Putin that caused it. No, Putin only came in March. So the point is this, look at the price right now, $7.95, and it's going to break into the $8.50 mark. So if this is going to continue itself, right, you can guess how difficult would that be. Now, this is before COVID time. Before COVID time itself, the highest was about $5. Now we are at $7.95. We are talking about how much? Almost right, 30%, no, 50%. 50% higher. My goodness, in just 2 years' time. How can that be, right? This is what's happening right now, and people just accept it, all right? And of course, at the same time, we can see corn prices going up. And I told you, it's all right, with corn prices go up, right? A lot of things will go up together at the same time. And I couldn't get you the full data, but it's good enough. You can see the corn price just surge all the way non-stop. And now we are at the highest level, right? For some time. So once again, what does it tell you again? Problem, all right? Big problem is happening. Costs will increase. And there's no other way to bring it lower at near term, all right? Unless the whole economy goes into a so-called pullback, all right, in general. Right, some important market news for today. Now, do note Elon Musk has tweeted hints at possible tender offer to the Twitter shareholders. Now, apparently, right, I mean, this Elon Musk is fantastic. He really know how to play the people's heart. He tweeted, "Love Me Tender." Now, we know "Love Me Tender" is Elvis' song, all right? And we all know that what the song meant. The song is telling you to love him and make it is nice and cool. So it's telling the shareholders now to allow the tender offer to be given. Now, we all know that, right, the shareholders, so the board directors are not happy with this. They don't want, and they want to go with the poison pill. But if let's say now, right, if let's say Elon Musk change his strategy, this may actually twist it around. And because of that, straight away, the stock price recover $3 over, up by 7.48% in a single day. Now, I share with you already, if you don't mind taking the risk, you consider buy some Twitter, because I believe that this may be going back to going higher. But of course, if you want to take it slower, you can buy at about $39 to $40, because that will be the price that I think will be a steal for Twitter, as long as Elon Musk doesn't really dump his shares. Okay, so watch out for this. I'm still bullish on this counter, so take note. Yeah. Now, of course, the thing is this. Now, the main reason is because this you see, is Love Me Tender Twitter, and it causes lots of people to like it a lot. 375,000 likes. That's a very powerful likes. Huh? So the thing is this now at 54.20 is a very good price, because there's definitely the last few years the stock has never go past 50. So it's a very good price. And now more and more shareholders are not board directors are getting pissed. All right, they say that why don't you allow this to happen? And then that will add even more pressure. Now, of course, while we're looking at all these things, is all right. Chart analysts are saying that there could be tough time ahead for the stock market. So first of all, they felt that right, the S&P 500 now need to recover back to above the moving average so that it can recover further. All right, so it means that they're looking at for a recover, cross the MA, and then go up again. This is what they're really looking at. But the problem is this: at the same time, it does seem that this acts as a ceiling. So if the market fails to stay above the ceiling, then of course selling will come in. So that is what it meant, that the market will prefer to see the gap filled up. But at the same time, it's all right. You can see now the NASDAQ is something not very nice. The NASDAQ now is showing something like this: goes up, comes down, recover, fail to even go back there, and that's coming down. So usually that will bring the market even lower. So that is what is happening right now, and traders are getting very bearish, and then they're quite upset that things may go even crazier, and they think. So this is what happened for the NASDAQ and the S&P 500, okay? But the Goldman says that, right, no, although there's recession risk, but don't be worried, it's still too early to worry. So apparently it's not right. Goldman Sachs says that, right, the elevated inflation, slowing growth, all these COVID issue, tightening labor policy, stagflation potential, all these are there, but there is still too early for recession call. Now, this is very unique, because yesterday I was just covering with you, right? Goldman Sachs have been dumping shares. If you're so confident that this is just only a temporary one, or this may not be affected, then why are you dumping share? And of course, at the same time, they say the VIX itself is not moving accordingly. That's why they felt that, right, this is still pretty safe. Now, we also been buying VIX, okay? We also been buying VIX, and I can tell you that for VIX traders, please take note that every day itself, because the margin is so little, right? Every day itself, right, this swap cost is quite high. So do take note of that, yeah, in case you didn't notice that. Now, yesterday, the VIX went up to a high of, let's say, the high was at 24, right, 24. Then after that, it got pulled back all the way to 22. Now, why is that so? Honestly, it's just only a reaction move, right? Because the market, like the Hang Seng is down at 200 points from the opening price. So that probably pulled back the market down a bit. But to me, it's all right. This is just only a starting. I believe that it will recover again. And this time around, it crossed 24. It will be able to go much, much higher. And my number is, the first one is 33. And the next number I give you is 46, right? If I'm not wrong, 42. All right, so whatever it is, as long as you can do well, so don't be disturbed by the news, right? You should be fine. Okay, so this is what I meant. All right, the thing is this is where it gets a little bit crazy right now. We can see that, right, the 10-year and minus the 2-year now is showing an inversion. It has went down already, and now it's inverted going upwards. Now, the last time we see the thing happen like this, whereby the market inverted and go upwards, right? That was where the recession came in. So it seems that right now, if the inverted yields are moving up the other way around, then that means that there's a very high chance inflation is around the corner. So this one, as a trader, please be careful because this may turn very negative for you guys. Yeah. So traders, take note of that. Okay, so FYI itself, right, through this benefitive Lippers fund flow, apparently last week itself, right, investors overall are net redeemers of fund assets. They withdraw away conventional funds and ETF, withdrawing a net of $46.2 billion from the market. You understand why now? So money market itself is 23.23 billion, equity funds 9.6 billion, taxable bond is 9.6 million, and tax exempted bonds is 4.1 billion. So in short, it's the big one is still here, the money market fund. So here, which obviously the funds that will pass to you guys to make sure that you all trade according to rules. All right, so that are the global big news right now. I'm not going to go into the alternate market news, and this is where it gets a bit lengthy because there's loads and loads of things to share with you. So stand by your cameras, your lightings material, because this is going to go long. Okay, let's go. Now, first of all, we saw something interesting. The put and call open interest is going up. That means that more and more people are buying put. So, of course, why more and more people buying put? Because the market is so right, people are getting a bit worried. But the question is this, okay? The question is this, all right, cool, we have more people buying put, so we should expect to sell, right? But do you know that at the same time itself, the bullish impulse is there? So apparently speculators boost bullish bet on global stocks by the most in the 2 years. That means that now the bullishness is as high than the 2 years ago. That's back all the way. So this is very interesting. This is very, very interesting. Why is people so bullish, all right, into the market while they are buying more put? All right, so the thing is this, I can only give you my fair assessment. It's likely, first of all, the put may be a hedge. So to hedge against this buyout so that in case anything go wrong, they can be hedged. Number two is that maybe they are buying the stock market because they know that the stock market may be coming down. So the put itself acts as a form of a protection. Now, the third one is a little bit more ridiculous, but it's all possible. It's just because you don't know what's going on. You just basically follow the crowd. So that's the reason why people say buy into the global stock you buy. People say buy do the put, you also do. So it becomes like you don't know what you're doing, and at the end of the day, you may be squared off without earning a single cent. So all these are all the potential of things happening. So this is something that I also want to tell you that I'm kind of confused right now, because now you can see that the decade high mortgage rate is really at a high level. And of course, if you look carefully, it's right, the housing rate is going back to 2018 again. So which means that whatever happened in 2018 and then now has never changed, and it's back to the same level once again. Now, of course, the central bank around the whole world itself is all increasing the interest rate. All you can see are all increasing, and there'll be more increment by the mid of 22 to October itself. So when more people are involved in cutting rate, right? doing rate hike, sorry, my bad. Doing a rate hike, right? That means that the market, the funds will reduce, because when the rate hikes go across globally itself, right, this will increase the what they call the tightening, and that will reduce money supply. So this will again affect the market. So you can understand why now, but at the same time, there are more people spending. Why? Because if they don't spend right now, they may not have the money to spend later. And of course, if their earnings are not there, and the stock market itself is not performing in a way, and there's no other alternative, then they will have to buy into credit. It means they take a credit from the banks, and the bank will charge them quite expensively. And of course, they'll be paying through their nose to do that itself. So apparently, this is what is happening, right, in this overseas and all the US banks. Now, of course, this is where we use very traditional way, the stochastic. Now, this is spent 2020 to now. So every time when the stochastic actually turns down in this manner itself, right, you do expect to see the S&P 500 or the S&P to drop quite significantly. The only thing it didn't drop was here. It did drop, but it wasn't significant. Now the question is, now the thing has crossed itself, right? Will there be any significant profit taking in the market? Now this is something that you may want to ask, but just so you know that what conventional traders are losing and using right now. But the thing is this, according to Larry Williams, right, you can see very clearly when the effective fund rates are actually going down, then the recession will start. You see, every time when the yields start to go down, then that is where the recession really starts. So you can see that. Okay, this one, if he doesn't care, he didn't want to get involved. So for this one here is where we are right now. I think that you shouldn't be getting involved. So now what happened is this. That means that the last two times when it happened, when the yields coming down. So that means that now the yields haven't even go up yet. So for yield to go up and come down will be next year, right? So that means that recession next year, not now. That's what this picture is trying to explain here. Now you can see that this is very interesting from Larry Williams. It shows that, right, whenever inflation is actually downwards, stock market itself is able to go upwards. Interesting, yeah? All right, so if the inflation itself is going upwards, as you can see, the inflation has been priced down lower in a way. All right, the only thing is this, now the inflation is still at the bottom. Would that be a possibility that the market, the thing goes up this way? Then of course, if that happens as well, right, we all know if the thing goes up, okay, right, the stock market will come down. Can you see that? When the thing goes up, the stock market actually come down. So if let's say if this is going to happen, then there will be further selling. But the moment now, all these people now, in terms of this expectation here as well, right, it's not there. So maybe we may have a different, I don't know. All right, but you can see very clearly this is a 10-year yield and 2-year yield combined. Now, every time itself when it combine, right, and it bottom out, can you see the stock market will actually fall? So now we actually have a double bottom here, and the stock market is at a high. And of course, we all know that there was some unhappiness between the two of them over here. So if that's the case, are we talking about the same thing now? The market may have to fall further so that, right, they can bottom out to go up later. Now I kind of stick to this position B because I think that it will happen. That means that the market will go down first because of the whatever reason. All right, and then after that, right, people get to come in, and that was where the market will turn you around. So what do you think, guys? If you think that you agree with this statement itself, hit the word agree. Okay, I'm gonna see whether you agree with what I just shared. Now, this is the US Investor Intelligence Survey, and you can see every time when this thing comes down to the 0% mark, now usually the stock market also follow. But now the thing is this, at this point now we are almost so near, and the stock market came off a bit, but did not really follow. So we can't say it followed. So the only nearest was here itself, and of course it did, and the casualty involved will get much lesser. Yeah. So that means that from here, could the stock market be going up itself? It is all possible. Yeah. Everything is all possible depending on the market situation. Okay, now this is the inflation cycle forecast. Now it shows that, right, based on Larry Williams seasonal pattern, there could be a peak on it very soon. Now we all know that, right, yesterday in Goldman Sachs said it might hit a peak. Some people say that it may hit a peak. So if that's the case, then probably from now till this 18th of April, it will be good to take note of your movement in the market. If the inflation continues to go up itself, it's kind of expected. But once it hit to the high point, which is something like maybe 4% or something like that, that's where you get very careful because we actually do funny stuff. And of course, if the inflation really hit a peak, then if it starts to come down, it'll be very powerful for the stock market too at the same time. So that's why there could be another trip down to see how it goes from here. Now, of course, this is what I showed to you already, right? Whenever the inflation is actually coming off itself, you notice that when the inflation is actually going downwards, the stock prices go up, but also periodically go down, and this is what happened. So for this particular scene itself, right, you can see that something like this, it was down, although it's very far away, but still, if the market can be convinced and all the candidates can agree, we can see that the stock market actually goes up. So inflation itself is not necessarily it's bad for the market, and here you can see that it really raised the market after the initial sell-off. So take note of that, yeah. All right, so this is the junk bonds against the yields, and you can see that the orange is S&P. It does shows that the market itself is going to be near a potential peak soon. So which means that if the thing goes too high, as you can see here, it may actually blast and put in more stuff here. All right, so some traders to be very, very careful. Things doesn't suit you at the moment. That's why drinking some soup will be much, much better. All right, this one is the junk versus the bonds, and you can see that they hit a strong resistance, and very soon that we have an answer. Now, Federal Reserve will hike rate until something breaks. I think that's something quite clear as well. And of course, the last one will be this using an advance and decline indicator by Larry Williams once again. He has proven that, right, if you actually follow through, it's not too bad. It's not 100%, but it's decent, yeah, not every time it's perfect. So now you're saying that, right, by the mid of May, the market may see a top. Okay, if you look at this recent rally, but after that itself, right, it will be coming down really crazily by the 14th of February. So that imagine that this is 14th of May, 15th of May, sorry. It may happen on there itself, okay? And then after that, the market may recover all the way. So according to Larry Williams, the best one to be playing safe itself, there might be a mixed rally on the 5th of June, right? 5th of June. Yeah, I think 5th of June should be somewhere around here, but yeah, I think it's talking about this rally here. Not too sure. It shouldn't be here, I think so. So this is from Larry Williams. You can go to this YouTube and find for his latest video, yeah? And of course, this is the one that he's saying. He said that because of that, based on the cyclical pattern, right, for April to June, we may see the gold going down. But the thing is this, gold go down. Now, this is not the magnitude of the selling or buying. It's just telling you the direction. Now, he says that likely there will be some profit taking until June. Okay, la. Seasonal patterns seem to be like that, la, but I do not really agree to it 100%. Yeah, I do not really agree. So this one is the individual to see. Some will agree, some will not agree. So this one, I leave it to you to decide, yeah? Okay, so with that, we come to the end of all the fundamental pretty fast for today. Let's look at the chart, shall we? Now the charts for Hong Kong, sorry, for China first. Now China itself, right, is still hovering at the moving average. I told you it's a very powerful moving average. Now yesterday the market stays above the moving average, right? That's why we have continued upside this morning. But because it couldn't go past this resistance, now it went below it and now trying to find support. Now this market, as you can see, is at the sideways for more than 20 days. And of course, today we had the GDP numbers good, right? If I look at it, the market hardly moved. So I still gonna take my position here is I still think that the market is gonna come down to here. And that's 13,243. I know by sticking my gun to say something like this itself, it's not gonna be helpful for me. But I need to tell you my personal truth. Rather than I tell you it will go up, then it came down. I say, oh, and I tell you that, oh yeah, I tell you it will come down. All this BS itself. Now I know that some trainers actually flip-flop and then they keep on changing their words, or they even change their diagram or change even their messages. I saw one particular trainer itself, right, through Telegram. He actually changed his position. Even it was a buy, then he turned to a sell. Then when the market go back up again, and he just changed his word to buy, from sell to buy again, literally. And of course, he was caught by people who screenshot that itself, right? Really? You call for sell, you don't buy again. So all these type of things you have to take note. This is something that you cannot deny. So traders, kindly take note of that. Okay, all right. So this one is for you to take note. Okay, now look at the data for today first, yeah? Okay, so for today itself, right, we have very interesting problem here. Doji. 2 doji consecutively. Now, 2 doji consecutively in a single month itself is not usual. And usually when you have 2 doji in this way, that means very big movement is going to come soon. Very big movement is going to come soon. Now, based on the KSI reading itself, right, it does show me that the market prefer to sell than to buy. All right, so anytime if market go higher, there might be some profit taking. Now, when was the last time we see a double doji? Let's take a look slowly. Yeah, slowly. We try to do it with you. Okay, so the first double doji is here. Then we just look slowly down, double doji. Okay, here definitely don't have already. Okay, here we go. Can you see that? Now, this is the double doji that we can just bring it down to this side so we can have more later. Now, this is the double doji. Okay, can you see that? Yep. And then what happened after that? Incredibly, the market shoot up. Okay, the market shoot up, yeah? So the market shoot up from how many points? Let's take a look. The shoot up point was about 34,200 and it went all the way to 35,600. Now that's pretty good. That's about 1,400 points. Now, if you know how to utilize this 1,400 points, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 days only, yeah? 4 days, the market went up by 1,200 points, yeah? 4 days only, okay? And the range is 1,200 points. So guess as much yourself, right? You know, how much was being, look at it itself over here, all right? Then let's look at another double doji. Let's take a look. This one almost there, but not there. This one maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This one debatable. I will never check itself, but you can see the market initially got a little bit, but then the selling came in. Then after that, you have the double doji here, and then this was a day whereby the market sell off. But do take that note, that one was a Black Friday, so that's why the market sell down. So not really accurate. Any more double doji signal right here? Until then, don't have, right? So let's move back a little bit more to just verify this. Okay, here we go, double doji, and then after the market sideways for a couple of days before the market sell off so badly. Yeah, interesting. Again, let's do a double doji again. There we go, and the market chose to sell. Okay. Double doji again, the market chose to sell. Interesting. Then this one, potentially a double doji, went up a little bit before coming off. And that's it. Okay, at least from now till 21st, till April, last one whole year, we saw a few double doji. And of course, then after that, we do see a very big movement. So going to today is all right. Are we going to have a big movement soon? Well, it is potentially very, very possible. So if that's the case, I'm going to give you two views. Now, the thing is this, because now it's actually trading above pivot 1. Now, above pivot 1 is actually a buy, yeah, above a buy. So the first target itself, right, already is now at MA 30, right? That means big movement is coming soon. So the first target it may be all the way up to this point. That is 34,922. That is, wow, that is about 400 points away. Is it possible? It is very possible. All right. Next level, if it goes down, and break pivot to 34,136, then the market may go down all the way to here, and that's 34,136. Okay, so this is actually crazy because the upside itself could be as much as 400 points. The downside itself is also roughly about 400 points. So traders, which side do you think it will go right now? Now, yesterday you think it will go down, right? But the market recover. So which side do you think the market will be going? 34,922 or 34,136? Please key your answer right now. Which side do you think the market could be heading? I want to see your answers. Or I'll take a short water break. Okay, let me take a look right now. Some of you are looking. Brian, Daniel, Anthony, Dennis, Susan, Leon, Leslie. All you say down. Okay. Oh, okay. Well, but for us, it's all right. This is a CCRY yesterday, right? So this CCRY actually should be up for today. Yeah. So take note of that. But because the KSI is red and it's uptick, right, this will give some heavy dampener, yeah? So this is going to be quite interesting though. Okay, all right, quite interesting, yeah? Okay, NASDAQ. Thank you for contributing, everybody. Appreciate that. Now, NASDAQ is a CCYR instead. It's a CCYR, yeah? And NASDAQ actually came off yesterday. You can see that it came off, but very fast it went back above the BNBSL. So that means there's some strength. But if you look at the KSI, it's uptick rate. All right, it's uptick rate. So which means that the market itself, right, could actually have some strength. So again, it's above pivot 1 for today, right? So as long as the market stays above OP, right, the market will be more towards the buy. But if the market goes below OP and breaks MLP and break the pivot 2, this will actually send it tumbling down. And I'm going to be quite confident that if the market actually loses all the way below 13,860, we could see 13,588. But of course, there's no much reason for the technology shares to come down unless Netflix numbers are very bad, and that will hit across the board itself. So likely the movement may come tomorrow. Now, of course, if Netflix result is very good or surprisingly good, or surprise analysts is bad but not so bad, then it may turn the market all the way up. So traders, you must think out for this, yeah, must do provision for this just in case things may turn the other way around. S&P 500, as you can see today, is also kind of like flat right now. KSI is also red and it's uptick, so it's more towards sell side. But also it's above pivot 1 and it's above MLP. Now this morning MLP was triggered and then recover. So MLP has to go first. If MLP stays firm, the S&P may stay up. But if S&P breaks below, or may not get break below MLP, then of course there will be some selling. All right, there's some other visual support KCB. This KCB support here supported yesterday at 43.2669. Once it reaches there, the market rebounded. So that shows you the power of the KCB. Very, very important. So premium student, if you want to have this sort of data, lines, everything all ready for you, then it's better for you to subscribe to that indicator. Now, Hong Kong this morning, after a long weekend, open up, gap down. Now, KSI is green and is downtick. That means that there will be buying forces, but it will not be strong. So it means that if the market goes down, right, if it goes down, it's a technique to sell, but if it hit some technical point, it will recover. And you can see that it reaches the KCB at 20,966, it recovered. Now we are still a little bit away. Now 20,632 is the BNB minus 1x1 level, okay? Now the thing is this, the low of today is 20,843, it's about nearly 200 points away, and now it's about 400 points away. Of course, it's day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, day 5. Now, usually the market will hit the BNB extension by the 3rd day to the last 4 days. Now, you must understand that there were holidays, so maybe we should give 1 or 2 more days in buffer. So to see whether can the Hang Seng come down to 20,632. Okay, let's see whether it will do that. But intraday wise, you can see very clearly now. Let me just show to you. Intraday is really beautiful. Look at it. Now, market came down all the way to KTR -3, stopped there brilliantly as if the market knows KTR -3 is actually there, and then do a CCRY precisely at the KTR -2 level, and the market went up all the way. So once again, right, as a trader, you see a star at the start. You know that once the market breaks here, it will sell. So the first clue of selling. Then when the market goes down all the way, because it's below OP, and it's below P2, right? So 100% below OP, below P2 is always a sell. But once the market comes down to KTR -3, all good traders of TWB will know that this is a good time to consider to buy back your short position. And if you don't buy back, you see the market going all the way up itself. So you understand it's very important and critical to really follow the system and make money from the market, and do not just do it on your own. Very, very important. Now, Dennis, is this a bull trap for the US market itself, right? If you ask me, the answer, in my opinion, it is a bull trap. To me, it is a bull trap. Let me just show to you the cash market. You can feel it better from there itself. Now, this is the Dow Jones chart, as you can see. Now, you can see over here that this is the chart from it. Now, we can see the high itself has got lower every time. So this is a very clear sign of trouble. Number 2, you can see that the congestion around this area here. Now, the moving average on the RSI is now above the RSI, so that tells you that the market selling is actually over there. But you can see incredibly, every time when the market loses the MA, the market instantly rebound. And in fact, yesterday's low was exactly rebounded off the MA. So of course, to a lot of bullish traders, they will think that this is going to go up soon. Well, on the flip note itself, right, there are so many resistance on top, many still bull. It will be very silly that for the market to push it up, because it'll take a lot of money to push it up, and the still bull are all waiting to get out. So if you ask me, right, to me, this is more like a trap, so that people will be sucked in to buy before the market really goes sell off. So that is my personal view. So I don't know whether it be right or wrong, let the market decide. Okay, so Dennis, you got my point? Okay, so that is the Hang Seng. Let's look at Nikkei right now. Now, Nikkei is also a doji, but it's also above the pivot 1. And the difference is KSI is red. The KSI is red, yeah. Let me just draw properly. So when KSI is red, that means the market will have more towards selling and it's uptick sell, right? So when the market goes up, you look to sell. If it breaks below, you can sell. DJ, DD is a sell. All right. So in short, everything you should know by now that the market prefer to sell than buy. All right. That's something to take note of here for the Nikkei. So if Nikkei really comes back down, now the thing is this, I like this particular chart, 26,722. This will be the level that I want to take note for the Nikkei for the first support, 26,722. No worries. Thanks, Dennis, for asking me that also. Now, DAX has been sideways for the straight day, but of course, we know that DAX was closed yesterday, so we have to look at it today to see the movement. Now, I suspect that it may go down first. I suspect that it will go down first to here. I think 13,842 would be a support for DAX. Okay, that's about 160 points, 200 points from where we are right now. Now, crude oil, I already tell you I'm bullish and I'm still bullish. Now, today is a DJDD, well, a lot of DJDD recently, yeah. Now, DJDD means that as long as the market stays above OP, it will be a buy, below OP, it will be a sell. So now this morning opening price is 106.72. So as long as the market stays above OP, right, it will be a buy. And I think that crude oil may go to 109. Now, yesterday I told you, right, Biden administration itself, right, has been trying to pump a lot of crude oil into the system and they do it daily. But if you look at it, the market doesn't care anymore. So when the market doesn't care anymore, it's all right, that means the buying supply demand is stronger than it is. So that's why I felt that, right, there is a very good chance for the market to see 109. All right, it is very, very possible for crude oil to see 109. So what will happen to the market? Well, you will actually see two things. Initially, the stock market may go up a little bit, but then after the inflation worry comes in, it may hit the market and everybody will just pull back once again. Now, for gold prices, now gold, in my opinion, will still go higher. Sorry, it's silver. One here. Gold will go higher, but the thing is that yesterday it went up high to about 1998 and then pull back. Now, yesterday in MAO, I tell you, right, for this gold 1995 is a good time to take profit based on the black and white chocolate candlestick. So now the thing is this, now if gold is to stay above 1975, gold must try to break past 1984 again, because that is where the so-called the very important technical point. Now you can see from here, it came from this guy, and every time it reaches this thing, there will be a stoppage here itself. So of course you can seek for help over here. Now, if it can go any higher at 1989, that is pretty strong. And of course, the highest point is 2016, which I don't think will hit this time around, at least for now, okay? At least for now. Now for silver, if gold price will go higher, then silver has a very clear cut to go to $26.45, because that is the BNB 1x1, yeah, 26.45. Now, pivot 2 is resisting it, but it's above OP, so it's still okay. All right, KSI is green, so no blue bars, all is good. Now, earlier it's all right for the gold, it also has green KSI and no blue bars. So this speaks volume that the market itself is still on the buy side. And probably the neighbor is actually correct. This is just to show that, right, things really doing well. Now for Bitcoin, let's take a look at Bitcoin, last two. Now Bitcoin yesterday slammed down all the way down. I told you it will come off all the way down to 38,500. And then after that, very dramatic, it went back up again. Now that means that by doing that, it created a BNB. So that means that two sides to watch out for. Upside potential could be as high as 43.77.6. Downside potential can be down to 35,828. So which means that from where we are right now, right, we're about 2,000 points away. So the thing is this, in my opinion, that my point is this, right? Why don't we just let it go sideways for a while? Only when it cross RL or Great Road SL, then it'll be a better time to buy. Okay. All right, Pico. Yes, indeed. If gold go to 2019, I think that'll make your day very happy. Okay. All right. For last one will be Ethereum. Now Ethereum yesterday also sell off. Now I did say Ethereum to aim at 2804. misses it by a little bit. 2879 was where it rebounded based on the KCB. All these are made available on the screen. The low was incredible. It hit the KCB perfectly and rebounded. So once again, this proved our TWB system is really one notch higher than a lot of systems in the market. Now, do note today is a DJDD for the Ethereum, and now it's above OP, fine. It may go up all the way to 31.73. That's what we are seeing right now here. But if the market fail, then of course the market may have to come back down again, which I don't think so will happen. Yeah, I still think that Ethereum may go up to 31.73 in the near term. Okay, all right, so that will be all for today. The summary for today is this: there's 2 doji for the Dow Jones, so be very careful. The market may swing into a very big mode later today. Now, especially tomorrow itself in the morning, tomorrow there will be Twitter earnings that will make some movement in the market. All right, this will have quite as a spillover or repercussion down the road. Now, of course, for other things itself like crude oil, I'm bullish. For gold, I'm quite sideways. And maybe for Hong Kong itself, right? If it loses 21,000 again, we may see that BNB get traded. All right, that will be all. Thank you very much for today once again. Right, thank you all. Right, I say I'll keep my MAO as short as possible unless I've got loads of things to share with you. All right, so today, I managed to keep it within the time slot of 1 hour. Okay, guys, hope you like this and enjoy this session. Take care. Have a great day. This is Kel signing off. For my students, do note later on at 3 p.m. we will have our Super Tuesday revision. Yeah. Bye-bye.